Is this on? Yeah. Hi, this is Lori.
This is Peter.
And we're with Action Heroes LA with another review, this time of
Fall Guy.
Fall Guy. I was going to fall over. Just I had an idea, like, let's fall. What if I fell when as soon as he said Fall Guy? But I didn't plan that.
No,
I didn't plan for this to go out of focus either.
That'd have been Fall Girl.
Fall Girl. Well, they have girls that fall.
Girl guys?
No, girls stunt women.
But
As
it's
opposed to
Fall
boys
Guy.
stunt women. It is Fall Guy. Anyway, it's Fall Guy starring Ryan Gosling, Emily Blunt. Oh, Hannah Waddington. Actually, I mentioned her too. A surprise. Winston Duke is in this. That's good. And then Stephanie Sue. So, and... Oh, I wonder who played...
Ooh, ha, ha.
Anyway, this is a story. This is it's adaptation of the old TV series. A kind of, but not...
I would say kind of a not.
Kind of a spiritual sequel to the old
Yes, definitely.
80s TV series starring Lee Majors about a stuntman who, I guess, solves crimes. Did you ever watch that show?
Actually, no.
I remember it. I didn't watch it.
But I remember it. I
Okay.
remember it was the day. I remember the $6 million
$6 million Man we watched. With the
Yeah.
Bionic Man we watched.
Yes.
You know. And
But I tell you,
and the Bionic Woman.
I was waiting for, I was just, ever since it came out and they said Fall Guy, I was like, oh, okay, really? And then when I saw who was in it, I said, I'm there.
Yeah. Yeah. This isn't one of the second movies I was interested in possibly seeing in the theater. Again, didn't make it to the theater.
Yeah.
Streamed it at home when it became available for home
Yes.
rental. And kind of glad I did stream it at home instead of going to the theater.
I'm glad to.
Yeah, so the Fall Guy, it's Ryan Gosling plays a stuntman for a star named Tom Ryder,
Yes.
who is where you think it's a play on Tom, kind of a play on Tom Cruise, but not, because they mentioned Tom Cruise several times in this
Yes.
movie, so it's not supposed to be him. Plus, this was fun. I think the guy who plays that character, I'll maybe get into it. Anyway, he plays a stunt guy. He gets injured at the beginning of the movie. He's dating a camera woman. He's very happy. Gets injured at the end of the movie, and he just withdraws from everything. He
Right.
leaves the stunt world.
Right.
He abandons his relationship. He's ghosted, basically.
Yes.
She goes on to become a director.
Right.
And he's called back. They need him back.
Yes.
He's kind of like manipulated back into the stunt industry.
Yes.
So to work on this movie that his girlfriend is directing,
now directing.
unknowing to her, after
Yes.
she's been ghosted. So this movie is kind of we laughed out loud several times.
Yes.
There were some fun scenes in this.
Yes. I can see it. I can still remember the beginning of it. I was talking to the screen.
Feel free to talk to the screen on this one.
And I kept thinking this was going to be almost the most fantastic movie I've ever seen.
Ryan Gosling coming off of Barbie, being so
Yes.
great in Barbie. I was like, oh, I got to see him in this because
Yes.
it's like it's going to be another kind of fun role like that. And
Yes.
he is very good in this. He's very likable,
Yes.
very fun. I love his character. I love his portrayal.
The whole beginning of it was, if it can be a 10, it was a 57.
What? Okay. The how it started off.
Yes.
Yes. But it doesn't maintain.
No.
It does not. You can tell this is a very loving tribute to stuntmen.
Yes.
And
So
this
was
is
Tina and Louise.
Thelma and Louise.
Thelma and Louise.
And it pokes fun, a lot of fun at Hollywood. A lot of Hollywood kind of like character types that I'm sure, I don't want to say stereotypes because I'm sure these people exist. And
Well, the thing is, they were right there. They had it all. They had
I don't,
what's that thing called? The the when you tell the studio what your movie's about?
Oh, like the pitch.
Yeah,
The pitch was
pitch.
they had
The
a
pitch.
known property,
Yes.
known intellectual property.
The pitch in the first 5 minutes, I can see them.
Yeah, I mean that's what a
stopping
great.
and saying, "Okay, that's enough. You figure
Go
it out."
do it. Go do that
And
movie.
that's what they did.
Here's millions of dollars. Go do that.
And that's what they did.
And well, the movie kind of stumbles along the way. It wants to have this very kind of sweet romance, be this loving tribute to stuntmen, and also kind of this action thriller, mystery? What would you call that? Because it's.
That's a bad thing to ask me now that I've seen.
Now that you've seen it. No, because there's the other element where he's on a mission.
Yeah.
To the main actor that he's doubling disappears, and they have to find him, and it turns out this whole plot that Ryan Gosling's Fall Guy gets framed for something he didn't do, and
it's almost like they have professional writers, professional cameramen right in the beginning, and 2 weeks into it, they said, "We want other writers."
Oh yeah,
and it's just went.
Yeah, this movie is it's a little disjointed. Trying to blend all these elements together doesn't do it well.
Not at all.
No, it just doesn't work on that level. It could have.
Oh, it's so good.
It could have, but it just doesn't. It's like they linger on the romance too long in spaces, and within those spaces they do some really cool stuff. But they go away too much from the other parts of the story. Like I said, they don't blend well enough. Right. It's like, okay, we're going to shift back to this story now, and this is what's happening here. Oh, let's shift back to the romance, and this is what's going on between those two. And and it wasn't interesting to me, but it just parts went on too long, and I don't think the sort of mystery element, the thing that his mission that he has to go on, he's framed about and to kind of clear himself, is as well written either. I don't think everything's kind of not fleshed out very as well as it should be.
That's true.
Now, like you said, not as written. It's like they got great ideas. They got great actors to play it. They did some nice setup when the. Oh my gosh, not right now. I'll call that back later. But it just didn't develop. There's nothing beyond that. And then they go to because they want to pay tribute to all these stunt people and the stunt work. And I'm going to have to take this call. You talk for a minute.
Well, how I see it, the movie in the beginning it was a great idea. Oh, it was a tremendous idea. And past when they start talking about how the sand was on the beach,
I'll let you know if it's not.
which you can see that it was a real stunt man or a real idea that they talked about how the sand was packed and how this and how that.
Okay.
But then they took a left turn on a one-way street that you should have gone right in.
No.
And it was
what in terms of like the stunt work and all that, like just kind of behind the scenes of stunt work.
Yeah, just in terms of the movie, because they had a great idea, a love story.
Okay, yeah.
They had a great idea, a stuntman who was
framed, who was injured,
who got injured,
and turns out
only came back because of the love story.
In the process. Okay, go ahead.
And then they
Well, in the
They
process, you
just
find out he's
took a wall
yeah.
and they just ran right into it.
Yeah. Hi, Jen. Hi, Booty. Come on, Tutu. What you say? Hey, Peter. Anyway, well, even that his injury ended up being, intentional and stuff like that. I didn't mind that element either. It's just like none of it was developed enough.
Well, when you
Or
say
blended
intentional,
together.
they
She's
gave
like a
him
fool.
the injury
Yeah.
intentional.
Yeah,
And
that
they
was
were-
done intentionally. And there's some fun actors in here, fun performances that I really enjoyed. I liked, it was fun to see them have fun, like as stunt people. You can see a lot of the background actors. There's probably a lot of stunt guys that we wouldn't know, but
Yeah.
I'm sure every stunt person knew, and just giving them kind of this loving tribute. Also, this movie, another movie that very 80s.
Yes.
Very 80s, because one of the things, if you're going to do a movie about stuntmen and stunt work, and it's not like the top of the line stunts that they're performing nowadays. It reminded me of those throwback stunts from that time period. Oh, and maybe because it's based on this show, but it's just like I get that, and sometimes it's fun. Sometimes it's like, well, the stunt work they're doing now, it's more engaging.
Yes, but I thought, and even the stunt that injured him,
Yeah.
I thought that was a really good stunt.
Yeah.
And then to show what happened, how it happened, because they do that later in the movie. They show it,
Go back to it.
how it happened,
Flashback to it. Yeah.
what happened, what made it go wrong,
Right.
everything. Now that I really appreciated, like I said, the packing of the sand and
Oh yeah. All that stuff.
on the
Yeah.
beach. People don't really realize just how intricate and
Well, that's one of the things I
even to do
appreciated. Yeah.
a one or 2
Explosives.
second,
Right.
scene.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I love seeing kind of the behind the scenes of it, like him being flipping a car, and they cross their arms and stuff like that. And
Yes.
because I remember, I think you mentioned that before. It's like,
Yes.
oh yeah, when they do that, they have to cross their arm. Like, really?
Yeah, it's
You
like-
know? So the interesting little details behind
Yeah.
the scenes of the stunt work. There's lots of, it's just like as the whole story it was clunky and didn't
yes.
mesh together as well as it could.
And that's why I think in the beginning I really liked it, because everything was so real.
Yeah.
And then from there they went to not real but kind of sort of could be to let's just throw something
everything in
against the
there.
wall. Yeah.
Let's do every
And
stunt,
it's like, oh,
every classic stunt in the book. Let's fit it into this movie, and find some kind of plot reason to do that.
yes.
But one plus thing I want to, I had a lot of fun with the character Tom Ryder, as I think I forget the actor's name, Aaron Taylor something. Anyway, it was funny. Of course, it's supposed to be like a Tom Cruise, but the actor plays him like he's Matthew McConaughey, which I thought was he has his Matthew McConaughey look, and he kind of acts like him. I thought that was funny. I thought that was amusing. That was a fun way to they were probably making fun of Tom Cruise, but not to full on get sued about it.
Yes.
So so that was cool. I like that character, and how his portrayal. It's just like I said, everything was just a bit. Some scenes just ran on too long, and some just
Yes.
seemed to be fit in there just so they could do the stunts. It's just not. Yeah, it's got some issues. So. Yeah,
Yes.
another movie. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't go to the theaters, which
Yes.
it was a kind of a waste of a lot of good talent and some fun characters too.
Yeah.
That
It was a waste of a great idea.
yeah, just not quite executed as well as it could.
No.
But it was a tribute to stunt people, And that's like some of the bad guys. You could tell these stunt guys, they're doing typical kind of like bad guys played by stunt guy role. Which, like, that's what the movie is.
Yes.
It's like, should they have been better? But no, it's about stunt people. That's the kind of guys you expect to. So it kind of worked on a meta level, I guess. Some of the elements I thought were
I guess for me, things that should have been 1 second, I got it.
Yeah.
2 seconds, I got it. They went on 10
seconds. Yeah, I was like, I got it.
Like, okay.
I got it. Yeah. So anyway, any final thoughts on the Fall Guy? It's it was.
They tried to do towards the end. They tried to do a lot of Miami Vice stuff.
Yeah.
It didn't work for me because it was.
Like I said, this
Miami
is somebody.
Vice didn't do that.
Somebody grew up in the '80s.
Yes.
Loved all those shows and those stunts, and really wanted to. It's a nostalgia trip for if you loved all that stuff from back then.
Yes.
And still love it, and there's that. And I do appreciate they wanted to give stunt people their credit because they do some incredible stuff, and they're amazing. They're just
Yes, but if you still like that stuff, and you want to see more of it, and
I kind of would have rather a documentary about stunt people than maybe this.
Yes.
Okay.
But if you still do like that, you should be punished by P. Diddy.
Oh, no, I don't. I haven't even bothered to even whatever that is about. I'm not even gonna acknowledge it. Anyway, so that's The Fall Guy. It is streaming somewhere right now. You probably have to rent it. I don't think it's hitting a streaming platform yet. But if you've seen it, let us know what you thought. If you think we're way off base, if you kind of agree with us, let us know. And we out.
We out.
We out like Ryan Gosling out of that window. I don't know.
I still like him in the Barbie car.
In the Barbie car.
Without the engine.
Without the engine. Of course. All right, we out.
We out.